Hey! What you done? Stupid little brat! How dare you? Stupid! How dare you? Ever touch that without me? What's wrong with you?
Who are you, ignorant cow?
I ain't never had no easy life. What I have become didn't come from thinking. Trust, put that on everything. Everyone wanna feel the prophecy, the son of the setting sun. I ain't never had no easy life. What I have become didn't come from thinking. Trust, put that on everything. Everyone wanna feel the prophecy, the son of the setting sun. I was born with a full tongue, born to spit the weakest shit. Childhood circumstances made the motherfucking shit legit. Even as a little kid, I knew that most would hate me. My uncle tried to kill me, that's the things that helped to make me. Lost up in my mind, I never fucked with any medication. Slowly over time, went from crazy into desperation. Never learned to cope with feelings, never felt a fucking thing. Never gave a fuck enough, so never placed no fucking blame. Neighbors talked about me, they knew something was wrong. Started choking out my friends and they knew that I was gone. I was labeled as a bad seed, said I needed therapy. In and out of schools for drug abuses and vulgarities. Sent away so many times to try to fix a broken child. He's so mean, he's fucking sick, the little bastard never smiles. A lot of doctors, teachers, family members had their own say. I wanna take the time to thank him for the man I am today. I ain't never had no easy life. What I have become didn't come from thinking. Trust, put that on everything. Everyone wanna feel the prophecy, the son of the setting sun. I ain't never had no easy life. What I have become didn't come from thinking. Trust, put that on everything. Everyone wanna feel the prophecy, the son of the setting sun. When the devil came to Georgia, made his first stop in Covington, looked me in the eyes and told me, son, you're the seventh one. Put your pen to paper, put your blood in every fucking line. An angel on my shoulder, put my blood in every fucking rhyme. It's a little crazy, but I got a way that I can deal. Now I got some people understanding how the fuck I feel. Instead of choking bitches out and catching me a murder case, I get up in the booth and let the mic take these bitches' place. Many trials and tribulations put me in this situation. Went from sitting in the back of preaching to the congregation. Many tried to douse the flame, throw some salt up in my game. Stab me in my fucking back and I ain't gotta say no name. Came from rehabilitation, running streets and pocket change. Now I hit the road and buses, people screaming out my name. I ain't think I'd make it, thought that adolescence was the end, but I'm just getting started, let the age of the crow begin. I ain't never had no easy life. What I have become didn't come from thinking. Trust, put that on everything. Everyone wanna feel the prophecy, the son of the setting sun. I ain't never had no easy life. What I have become didn't come from thinking. Trust, put that on everything. Everyone wanna feel the prophecy, the son of the setting sun.
So today I shall go into the topic on everybody's mind. Aliens, and do they exist? Taking myself out of my experienced role and viewing the topic strictly on a scientific basis, let us look at the timescale of our species. We have no idea how many civilizations may have come before us that were technologically advanced. Our planet has existed for over 5 million years. Sustainable life qualities has been possible for at least 3.5 million years. Fossilized evidence of our species goes as far back as 5 million years. Our current species has developed from a primitive culture to a technologically advanced species capable of searching other worlds for life in a span of 6,500 years, marking the first ability to record information to present. That leaves a large portion of time on our world alone to have developed a culture like ours, and for it to have receded into decay, leaving no traces for us to find. Now applying that timescale to other worlds, on a cosmic level of possible life beyond our world to have developed. It just cannot logically be denied. Now looking back on the information I've uncovered specifically pertaining to the ones known as the Draconians or the Nostrians as we used to refer to them as, it is quite possible this information is valid considering their records state that they were called back to their home world for a disaster had occurred involving a flare-up with their sun that had disabled all their technology and left survivors stranded below the surface. Considering the time dilation theory of light traveling from their home world located in the system of Betelgeuse, yes, the red giant star everyone has been talking about, wondering if it's going to explode. Well, not according to the Draconian records. But what we are seeing now occurred in real time about 8,000 years ago when the ones we had enslaved our people suddenly vanished, leaving the ones we call Enki and Indal, after a rebellion occurred as they were transporting back to their home world to free us of the controlled chromosome in our RNA sequence and thus giving us free will. By their records they evacuated the survivors and went to a not too far away system known as Ribal 5 and colonized a new homeworld. Well, sort of. Ribal 5 is listed as a major trade merchant guild that is basically a series of derelict craft fused together to create a massive colony of interstellar species that uses the area for intergalactic trade from technology to all mineral resources and even slave trade markets. Yes, we may have abolished slavery here, but in interstellar space it's still not only legal but actually required in order to travel as safely as possible by using cloned genetically augmented crew members rather than those of your own world. It bypasses many issues as far as interplanetary diseases, such as the coronavirus that may experience massive cellular mitosis mutations due to atmospheric emissions never encountered before suddenly becoming present and causing adverse effects on the planet. But the main question is if there are aliens that have been here recently observing us, then for how long, and are they going to help us or leave us to destruction? Another aspect I wish to point out as to why I lean more towards the possibility of alien life definitely existing somewhere has to do with an endeavor many viewers, most likely due to a suppression of my media channel by some undisclosed tiny-handed individual whom I will not mention. The video entitled The Angelic Design that can be found in my video library will enlighten you to these topics of alien life and its origins. Now on to another topic. I am noticing this conflict that seems to be arising between China and Russia. However, my added attributes I succeeded in attaining, and Samael did not because he was a false version of me without a real soul that was not found in the Book of Life and thus not a creation of God and thus unable to gain access to much of the power they tried to bestow upon him. There is an unfortunate hitch to this though. I am obligated to destroy the universe because of my placement into this role. No matter, I have a solution to that problem. They want the destruction of the universe. Their microverse has been created and destroyed. Obligation fulfilled. Now on to what I was saying. This tension rising between Russia and China is a farce. These new abilities give me insight. Two hoes who send the ability to see a person seems like one would see when able to read one's thoughts. Their body language gives me access to their deepest secrets. And this ability is telling me they are feigning this conflict between them to gain sympathy and ally with those against China only to double-cross them and cripple the Allies' defenses when they aren't watching. I would suggest a covert strike that would overstep the next famed scenario that would cause us to believe they're opposing each other and make the effect go way over its targeted effect, causing real tension to set in. Some Chu's teachings are invaluable sometimes. In fact, I just had a lymph bulb go off. Hee. Now let us close this with a traditional meditative moment to clear out the dark shadows within us. With some ancient Egyptian magic. This ancient Egyptian chant was used to drive back the shadow, or shades, that would come and disturb the rest of the recently departed and try to bar their passage into the gateway of the afterlife. It works very well in releasing the grip spirits may hold over the living as well as I have noticed. It does not exorcise them from you, but it does allow one to regain control over one's mind. All you must do is hold the flame of one's K-Tat, or life force in a steady pattern in your palm as you sing the words, and the darkness shall lift from over your mind.
Do do nora